Students, today we will discuss a topic that is alkene, unsaturated hydrocarbon. Beta alkene, functional group is ene, that is functional group of alkene is carbon-carbon double bond. Beta it is carbon-carbon double bond, that is alkene. All alkenes are known as olefins because all alkenes are present in oil form, liquid form at room temperature. At room temperature. First of all, better naming IUPAC nomenclature you know very well. IUPAC nomenclature you know very well about the alkene. All the rules you know from your chapter number 12. Basic concepts of organic chemistry. Then isomerism. Which type of isomerism is shown by alkene? First one, chain isomerism. Chain isomerism. Then change the position of double bond or substituent. So position isomerism. Position isomerism. Beside these two, later due to unsaturation, due to presence of pi bond, it will form ring chain isomerism. Ring chain isomerism. Suppose our question, draw all possible isomers of C4H8. All possible isomers of C4H8. Beta, these three structural isomerism shown by alkene as well as geometrical isomerism also. This geometrical isomerism is cis and trans. This geometrical isomerism is cis and trans. Beta, geometrical isomerism is shown only and only by alkene. Now draw the structure for C4H8. If beta it is clear, it consists of 4 carbon. Then start to draw the structures. First one, beta we have 4 carbon. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 8 hydrogen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Position remains for 10 hydrogen, but we have 8 hydrogen. So 2 hydrogen from adjacent carbon will be removed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Clear? To complete the valency, double bond is the formed. That means you will get CH3, CH2, CH double bond, CH2. 4 carbon in a chain, but. Beta, for double bond it is ene. Position 1 and 2. Lower side is 1 butene. Then chain isomerism. Short the chain length. Except 4. You will draw the chain length for 3. And 1 carbon is present on second carbon. Then we know 1 double bond is there. Now complete the valency. 1 and 3, 4. 1 and 3, 4. 2 and 2, 4. 2, 3, 5, 3, 8. Clear? Naming is 1, 2, 3. 2 methyl. 3 carbon in chain. Prop. For double bond it is ene. Double bond is at 1 position. So need not to be right 1 ene. If you write prop-1-ene, it is okay. If you write prop-ene, it is also. Chain length of 2 carbon is not possible with us. 2 structures are there. Then more structures. Now change the position. We have 4 carbon chain, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have double bond at first and second. Now draw the double bond between second and third. Complete the valency. Better it is but2-ene. If we shift the double bond between 3 and 4th carbon, so according to lowest number rule, naming start from here, then this will be repeat. Position of functional group or side chain cannot be changed because 3 carbon substituent in the center carbon. If we write substituent here or here, it will consider in chain. If we draw the double bond in beside this here, now number 1 carbon for this, then it is repeat. Clear? First, second, third. Now ring chain also possible. Beta 4 carbon in chain, you will draw 4 carbon in ring. Complete the valency. 1, 2. Beta 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It consists of 4 carbon in cyclic structure. Due to 4 carbon, it is but. All bonds are single in. It is cyclic in nature. It is cyclobutane. Now, chain length or chain isomerism apply here. You must draw 3 carbon in chain and 1 carbon at any cyclic carbon. Complete the valency. Beta 3, 1, 2, 3 and 1, 4, 2, 6 and 2, 8. It is 1 methyl cyclopropene. 3 carbon in chain, cyclic structure. Beta 4th, 5th. It is not possible to draw cyclic structure for 2 carbon. Cyclic structure consists of at least 3 carbon. Now, these are the structural isomerism. Chain isomerism, position isomerism, ring chain isomerism. And now, geometrical isomerism. Beta, geometrical isomerism always possible in case of symmetrical alkene. In case of but2-ene, we have double bond between second and third carbon. First carbon consists of CH3. Fourth carbon also consists of CH3. And both carbon have 1 hydrogen. It is cis isomer. Cis but2-ene because same atom or same group of atom present on the same side. If we fix the position of 1 carbon and change the position of other carbon in 3-dimensional space, now similar atom present at maximum distance, that is 180-degree difference, that is known as trans isomer. So it is 6 and it is 7. So for C4H6 maximum possibility is 7 isomers. Maximum ability to form 7 isomers. Better, this is isomerism. But geometrical isomerism in case of alkene is also another type, that is known as EZ isomerism or EZ configuration. Beta, if all the 4 atoms or group of atoms attached to the double bonded carbon are different, then what happens? Then cis and trans isomers we can't say. We will check the priority. Suppose you have carbon, double bond carbon, and all the 4 valencies of these 2 carbon are filled by different atom, like this one. Now, which geometrical isomerism is it? Answer no. None is cis, none is trans. Then what happen? We will apply EZ configuration. Beta, here we will check priority. Priority will be checked on the basis of their atomic mass. Atomic mass of hydrogen is 1. Atomic mass of iodine is 127. For chlorine it is 35.5. For bromine it is 80. Clear? Less the atomic mass, less the prior. That means out of this carbon consists of two groups. Out of these two, one is less prior, other is higher prior. Which one is less prior? Which have less atomic number. That means it is less prior. It is more prior. Out of these two, 35 is the less number. It is less prior. It is more prior. Let a similar priority present on same side. It is just like cis isomer. And cis isomer is represented by Z. It is Z form. Clear? If you will draw the structure like this, beta, it is less prior, it is high prior. On this carbon, it is less prior, it is high prior. Similar priority on opposite side with 180 degree angular difference. That is known as trans isomer. Trans is represented by E form. Clear? This is EZ configuration. This is EZ configuration. Now, beta, EZ configuration is used only for alkene if all the four group will be different attached to the doubly bonded carbon. Now, method of preparation. Methods of preparation of alkene. How alkene is prepared? Beta, for preparation of alkene, you will use first method, that is Sabatier-Henderson method. Double bonded carbon or triply bonded carbon will be changed into single bond. Here, you want to prepare double bond, then you will apply this reduction of alkyne. But beta, alkyne will be reduced. If alkyne will be reduced, it will stop at the alkane. We want to stop the reaction up to alkene. Suppose you have triple bond. You will reduce it with hydrogen in nickel, platinum, palladium. First of all, it will change into alkene. And reaction will be stopped automatically up to alkane. Reaction will be stopped when alkane is formed. But today we want to prepare alkene. We want to stop the reaction up to that point, up to alkene. We not required alkene. Then this catalyst is not used. We will use controlled reduction. Controlled or partial reduction. Beta, it is complete reduction when alkyne change into alkane. We want to stop the reaction up to alkene. Then we will use some reagent which reduce the alkyne up to alkene. That is known as partial reduction. Beta, for this type of reduction we will use Lindlar's catalyst. Lindlar's catalyst. For this we will pass hydrogen in presence of palladium catalyzed by calcium carbonate or barium sulfate, poisoned by sulfur dissolved in xylene. This is Lindlar's catalyst. Clear? When Lindlar's catalyst is formed, beta, we will get cis isomer. Then we will get cis isomer. We have but2-ine. From but2-ine we will prepare but2-ene, but cis but2-ene. Cis but2-ene. In the same, if we pass sodium in liquid ammonia, then we will get trans isomer. Trans but2-ene. This reduction is known as Birch reduction. From Birch reduction, we will prepare trans isomer. From Lindlar's catalyst, we will prepare cis isomer. It is known as partial reduction because reduction of alkyne will be stopped up to alkene. Clear? Another method for the preparation of alkene is from dihalides. Dihalides are those compounds in which two halogens are present. Beta, we will use vicinal dihalide. Two halogens are present at adjacent carbon. Just like you have CH2Cl, CH2Cl. Clear? This is vicinal dihalide. In this we will add zinc dust and heat strongly. What happened? This zinc is more aggressive for the halogen. It will take off both the halogen from halides and we have only unsaturated hydrocarbon. Clear? If we have halide just like this, we add zinc, strong heat. What happened? Zinc chloride is removed and we will get but2-ene because halides are present on adjacent carbons second and third. If these are present in first and second, then what happened? Better these two halogen will be removed, unsaturation at first and second carbon. Clear? We will get but1-ene. These two remain unaffected, both the halogen given out from first and second carbon. Double bond is here. It is but2-ene, it is but1-ene. In the same way, another method is from alcohol. We have ethanol. Suppose we have ethanol. We will add concentrated sulfuric acid at high temperature, that is 433 to 443 Kelvin temperature. OH removed from this side and hydrogen removed from adjacent carbon. So we will get ethene. This reaction is known as dehydration, removal of water. D means removal, hydration means water. Removal of water is known as dehydration. And dehydrating agent is concentrated sulfuric acid. Concentrated sulfuric acid is dehydrating agent. Clear? Beta, if we have 2-butanol, if we have butane 2-ol, Then what happen? OH remove from second carbon, but H remove from adjacent carbon, and this carbon have two adjacent carbon, A and B. Hydrogen may be removed from A carbon or from B carbon. When we add concentrated sulfuric acid at high temperature, or you may learn the temperature, then what happen? OH remove from this carbon and hydrogen remove either from A carbon or from B carbon. We get mixture of two alkene. We have mixture of two alkene, but 2-ene as well as but 1-ene. But 2-ene as well as but 1-ene. Beta, here one rule is applied if two or more alkenes are possible during dehydration, dehydrohallucination, etc. More substituted amine or more symmetrical alkene is more stable. Beta, it is more stable because it is symmetrical or highly substituted. It is more stable, it is less stable. This rule is known as Saint-Jeph rule. This rule is known as Saint-Jeph rule. If two or more alkenes are possible during dehydration, dehydrohallucination, etc., then we will get more substituted amine is more stable. This rule is known as Saint-Jeph rule. Beta, it is important. Alkene consists of total 3 rules. 1 for preparation, 2 for properties. Out of these 3 rules, one rule may be come in your exam in 2 marks. But define Saint-Jeph rule with example. This is the example. Define Marconic addition or anti-Marconic addition with example. This is 2 mark question. Either Marconic addition, either anti-Marconic addition or Saint-Jeph rule. Clear? Next method, that is dehydrohallucination. Let us dehydrohallucination. Dehydrohallucination. D means removal of. Hydro means hydrogen. Halogen means halogen. Removal of hydrogen and halogen from alkyl halide or haloalkene. Clear? That process is known as dehydrohallucination, and by this process we will get alkene. Let us suppose you have bromoethane. You will add dehydrohallucinating agent, that is alcoholic KOH. Beta, halogen remove from this carbon. Halogen may be chlorine, bromine or iodine. Maybe fluorine also if present, otherwise not. Beta, halogens are total 4: fluorine, chlorine, bromine or iodine. It is halogen removed from this carbon and hydrogen removed from adjacent carbon. Adjacent carbon is this one. We will get only one alkene. Hydrogen from this carbon, halogen from this carbon. To complete the valency, double bond must be applied. Br removed with K. OH removed with this hydrogen to give water. Beta, here if 2 or more alkenes are possible, then we apply Saint-Jeph rule. How? Suppose you have 2-chlorobutane. You will add alcoholic KH in it. K remove with halogen as KCl. OH of alcoholic KH remove with hydrogen, which is adjacent to halogenated carbon. This is adjacent carbon. This is also adjacent carbon. Then we will get mixture of alkene. Water is removed, it is okay. hydrogen move from this carbon, we will get CH3, CH, hydrogen moved out from this carbon, so CH, CH3. Complete the valency, double bond. If hydrogen removed from first carbon, then what happen? You have CH2, double bond, CH, CH2, CH3. You have 2 alkene. Which one is more stable? Highly substituted. Which one is highly substituted? Better this alkene have 2 hydrogen on one carbon. This alkene have one hydrogen on either carbon. So it is more substituted. It is more stable. Better this rule is known as, yes, this rule is known as Zaitsev rule. This rule is known as Zaitsev rule. During the hydrohallucination, during dehydration or removal of unsymmetrical reagent from one molecule, this rule will be followed, and this rule is known as Zaitsev rule. Now, another method is known as Kolb's electrolytic method. That method is known as Kolb's electrolytic method. Later, Kolb's electrolytic method you must learn for the preparation of alkane. Now it is learned in preparation of alkene and also learn in the preparation of alkynes. We have either potassium salt or sodium salt mixed in water and pass the current. That process is known as electrolysis. On electrolysis, better this potassium react with water to give KOH, hydrogen gas, and then these 2 carbon dioxide will be released. 2 moles of carbon dioxide will be released. Remaining is CH2, CH2. Valency will be complete and we will get alkene. We have ethane. So ethene, these 2 carbon will be moved out. That means lower alkene will be formed. Lower alkene will be formed from this reaction. Clear? These are the method for the preparation of alkenes. These are the method for preparation of alkenes. Now, what are the physical properties of alkene? Better physical state. First 3 members. Physical properties. First 3 members are gases, colorless gases at room temperature. Next 14 members, that means C4 to C18 are liquid at room temperature and higher, more than C18 are solid at room temperature. Better all gases are odorless, colorless, but ethene has pleasant smell. All gases except ethene, all gases are colorless, odorless. Colorless and odorless. Now, solubility. Another physical property is solubility. Better solubility. Normally, alkenes are insoluble in water. Alkenes are insoluble in water. But beta alkenes are non-polar in nature, so they will dissolve in non-polar solvent or organic solvents, because like dissolves like. So you can say, but easily soluble in non-polar solvent. easily soluble in non-polar solvent. Now physical chemical property. After preparation and physical property, what are the chemical properties of alkenes? Beta, alkenes have addition reaction. Substitution reaction is generally not shown by alkene. Substitution reaction is generally shown by alkane. Clear? Alkenes have addition reaction, or basically electrophilic addition reaction. Then oxidation, polymerization. These reactions generally shown by alkene. Our question: why beta all compounds, all organic compounds show oxidation? Either complete oxidation, partial oxidation, controlled. All organic compounds have oxidation reaction. Polymerization reaction is shown by unsaturated hydrocarbon. And electrophilic addition reaction. Beta alkenes have electrophilic addition reaction. Why? Our question: why alkenes have electrophilic substitution reaction? Answer of this question will be explained in front of you as like alkene have this structure. One bond is sigma bond, another bond is pi bond in case of double bond. This pi electron cloud, it is sigma bond. These are the sigma bond, and pi electron cloud present above and below the sigma bond. If electrophile come near pi bonded structure, substitution does not take place. This pi electron transfer towards the nucleophile. So, for addition of electrophile, there is no need to remove the hydrogen. If hydrogen is replaced by electrophile, it is substitution. There is no need, because pi electron cloud present above and below the sigma bond shift itself towards the electron deficient species. If nucleophile come near it, and want to join, beta, this is not happen, because this pi electron cloud is negatively charged and negative repulsion take place. So alkene show only and only electrophilic addition reaction, not substitution, electrophilic addition reaction. Clear? Due to presence of pi electron cloud. Answer is this one. Show the mechanism for electrophilic addition reaction in alkene. Beta, you have alkene and have reagent, electrophile and nucleophile. Reagent is complete unsymmetrical reagent. Then what happened? This pi electron cloud shift towards one carbon, and this one carbon attack on the carbon which have pi electrons, attack over electrophile will combine here, and we will get carbocation. This carbon lose the electron, so carry positive charge, and negatively charged carbon transfer the electron towards electrophile, and electrophile come here. Now attack of nucleophile. This positively charged carbon is attacked by nucleophile after the addition of electrophile. then we will get addition reaction. Electrophile attack first, then nucleophile, and we will have electrophilic addition reaction. This is the mechanism for electrophilic addition reaction for alkene. Now start chemical properties. First of all, beta, for electrophilic addition reaction you must learn two rules. Marconic rule. Beta, in this case you must add unsymmetrical reagent to unsymmetrical alkene. It may be stated as or may be defined as during addition of unsymmetrical reagent, that means reagent carry positive and negative charge, to the unsymmetrical alkene, the negative part of unsymmetrical reagent, during addition of unsymmetrical reagent to unsymmetrical alkene, the negative part of attacking reagent goes to that carbon of double bond, that means alkene double bond, which has less number of hydrogen atom. Later this statement will be clear by taking an example. We have unsymmetrical alkene just like propene, and we must add HBr. Unsymmetrical reagent, hydrogen is the positive part, Br is the negative part. During addition of unsymmetrical reagent to the unsymmetrical alkene propene, negative part, better this negative part of attacking reagent goes to that carbon of double bonded carbon are 2, goes to that carbon of double bond which have less number of hydrogen atom. It have 2 hydrogen, it have 1 hydrogen, so it will goes to less number of hydrogen atom. That means this carbon have more electron, hydrogen attack over it, and we have CH3, CH, CH2. Clear? Negative part goes to less number of hydrogen atom, and positive part goes to that carbon which have pi electrons. Pi electron have this one. This rule is known as Marconic addition. If you want to add better 2 reactions in your syllabus for addition of hydrogen halide, for addition of water. Water consists of H positive, OH negative. Clear? The same, it will goes to less number of hydrogen atom. That means we have propane 2-ol. Negative part goes to that carbon which have less hydrogen. Clear? Now anti-Marconic addition, anti-Marconic rule. Better this rule is also known as peroxide effect, or this rule is known as Kharash effect. Because what is the reason for that? Better Marconic addition may be present in acidic medium or in as it is, but anti-Marconic rule is occur only when peroxide is present, when organic peroxide is present, this peroxide is C6H5COO का twice. Clear? Anti-Marconic, opposite to Marconic, whole definition is same, but in place of less we have more number of hydrogen atoms. During addition of unsymmetrical reagent to unsymmetrical alkene, negative part of attacking reagent goes to that carbon of double bond which have more number of hydrogen atoms. That means electron shift here, and we will get 1 bromo propane. If we add water in presence of organic peroxide, then what happen? Beta, this OH group goes to that carbon which have more number of hydrogen atom, and we will get propane 1-ol. Clear? If negative part goes on less number of hydrogen atom, Marconic addition. More number of hydrogen atom, anti-Marconic addition. Clear? Now electrophilic addition reaction. Beta, first of all, addition of hydrogen. Addition of hydrogen. This reaction you already studied under the heading Sabatier-Sanderson reaction. We have alkene, either symmetrical, unsymmetrical, but our reagent is symmetrical, that is hydrogen. In presence of catalyst, nickel, platinum or palladium. Clear? Better this double bond change into single bond. This hydrogen, one move on one carbon, other on another carbon. We get alkane. From alkene, we will get alkene. Clear? Addition of hydrogen occur only at the position of double bond. Second, beta, addition of halogen, that is X2. This X may be chlorine, may be bromine, may be iodine. Clear? We have alkene, either symmetrical alkene or unsymmetrical. Either symmetrical or unsymmetrical, not matter. We will add halogen in presence of carbon tetrachloride. This is symmetrical. It will break pi bond and adjust itself. Dihalide. We will get dihalide. Now addition of unsymmetrical reagents, that is addition of hydrogen halide. Addition of hydrogen halide. This X may be Cl, may be Br, may be I. If you must learn, if there is Hi, it will follow anti-Marconic addition. Either peroxide present or not, it will follow only anti-Marconic. Clear? Beta, if we have symmetrical alkene and reagent is unsymmetrical, we have acid or we have peroxide as catalyst. What happened? Better, none of the rule is applicable because it is symmetrical in nature. Marconic or anti-Marconic rule will be applicable for unsymmetrical alkene, unsymmetrical reagent. Here alkene is symmetrical, so product is same. We have bromoethane. Either bromine move on first carbon or on second carbon. Naming it same, beta, because it is symmetrical in nature. None of the rule is applicable. But if this alkene is unsymmetrical, now rule is applicable. How? Beta, if none of the catalyst present or acid is present, Marconic addition is there. And in case of Marconic addition, negative part goes to that carbon of double bond which have less number of hydrogen atom. From Marconic addition we will get 2-bromopropane, because negative part is bromine and it will goes on less number of hydrogen atom. But in presence of peroxide, which rule is applicable? Anti-Marconic rule. Anti-Marconic says negative part goes on that carbon of double bond which have more number of hydrogen atom, and we will get 1-bromopropane. This is saturated, but these two are unsaturated. Addition will be occur on unsaturation. Hydrogen at less number of hydrogen atom and halogen at more number of hydrogen atom, and we will get 1-bromopropane. This rule is known as anti-Marconic addition. Anti-Marconic addition. Clear? Now another one is the addition of water. Addition of water. If we want to add water, then what happens? We want to add water, and water will be added in presence of dilute sulfuric acid or in presence of peroxide. Better rule is same. OH part is negative. Negative part move on less number of hydrogen atom in case of Marconic addition, more number of hydrogen atom in case of anti-Marconic addition. We will get 2-propanol in Marconic addition and 1-propanol in anti-Marconic addition. Clear? This is known as electrophilic substitution reaction.